Oh, I didn't even see you there. Caught me by surprise a little bit. Come real close. I want to tell you something. Hopefully I didn't scare you too bad there, but this video is going to be about my reloading press, how much it cost me, how many rounds I have to make in order to make a profit, and can you do it any cheaper than I did? Now what you see over here is my Dillon XL650. So the obvious answer to that first question is yes, you can reload a lot cheaper than I do. There are a lot of other presses out there that are a lot less expensive. So if you're looking at getting into reloading and purely looking at it at a standpoint of I want to save as much money as possible, then I wouldn't even suggest this press. I would suggest a single stage press because they're a lot less expensive. They take a little bit more time, but you can really increase your savings very quickly. Now, I'm not really an expert on reloading. I just got into it myself not too long ago, but I've had a lot of comments recently about certain items that I have, how much it all costs me, and am I going to save any money? And the quick answer is yes, I will eventually save money. I could have saved more money if I had bought the lesser expensive press, but I decided early on that I knew that if I got a single stage press, I'd always want a progressive press, and I'd end up buying one eventually anyway. So I decided just get the progressive press first, and then I don't have to buy all the stuff before that. You know, to me it's kind of almost like wasting money. Since I already knew I wanted the progressive press, I might as well start off with that. Now, as I said, I'm not an expert on reloading, but I am an expert on how much this machine cost me and all the parts, because I've been keeping a list. And let's go over that list right now, shall we? Alright, so starting off with the press, the big blue thing right here. Just the press, the XL650, cost me $566.95. Okay? Now that came with the tool head, which is on top here, that holds your pistol dies or your rifle dies, whichever ones you get. And the dies, for me, cost $63.95. Now, I was a big fan of the strong mount, and the strong mount is what it's mounted to right here, one on each side. Now you can mount this without these, so this is optional. And the strong mounts cost me $45.95. Now moving up, this is my automatic case feeder. Okay, you can use this machine without the case feeder. If you do, you see this tube that goes down? You would have to manually put in each shell casing into this tube. I didn't want to have to do that, and so I got the case feeder. That's actually why I got the Dillon XL650, because of the case feeder. The case feeder cost me $218.95. Alright, so next is the roller handle. This is the handle that originally came with it. Nice little black knob. You could maybe put an 8-ball right there, be kind of cool. This comes with the machine free of charge, but I wanted to have the aluminum rolling handle. I really like this handle. It makes it go a lot faster, and it's a lot more comfortable to me. The roller handle cost me $44.95. So next, what I thought was very important for me to get. I almost recommend this for anybody who's getting into reloading. If you're getting a brand new machine, if they offer an instructional DVD on your machine, buy it. This not only helped me with setting up the machine, which it can be very, very confusing, but it also helped me with basic reloading principles. So I bought this with the machine, $19.95. So the next thing I bought from Dillon themselves was the polish. I want my brass to look store-bought. I want it to look shiny and new. So I bought the Dillon Rapid Polish 290. Alright, and you just throw some of this into your media, in your tumbler, and your brass comes out pretty and shiny. I mean, look, it's pretty and shiny. And it dropped. Alright, so the polish cost me $8.95, so it wasn't that much. Now another optional item that you can get, and you could probably find this at a store or online cheaper, but I thought, well, I'm going with Dillon, I might as well go with some other Dillon products, is a primer tray. This is a primer flip tray. Has the ridges. It's all metal, so it's kind of heavy, and it helps flip your primers into the correct orientation so that you can feed it into the primer tube correctly. As I said, you could probably find this cheaper, or you could even do it manually if you really wanted to go cheap. But this primer tray cost me $19.95. So those are all the things that I bought directly from Dillon. I really like Dillon for a few reasons. One, they're local. Okay, they're in Scottsdale, Arizona. Two, they have a very good product. I have never seen or heard any complaint about Dillon. And the most important reason why I chose Dillon was their customer service is outstanding. You get a lifetime warranty. Is that your lifetime? No. It's the machine's lifetime. No matter, and is it one of those limited warranties, like, oh, only if the machine fails on its own? No. It's no matter what. It's 100% guarantee warranty. But it doesn't even matter if it's your own fault. You accidentally run over it with your car, probably damage your car pretty good. They're going to replace it for you. And that kind of customer service to me is worth a little bit of extra money. Now, because they were local, it cost me some tax. On all the stuff that I've mentioned, the tax was $86.10. I had it shipped instead of picking it up. So that cost me $24.99. And for the whole machine that you see here and everything I listed, it was $1,100.69. So now we get into the other parts you need in order to get into reloading. Technically, you don't need a tumbler, but it's highly recommended to at least clean your brass. And you can get the regular corncob media, or you can use rice, as Yankee 4 taught me. And you can also go to the pet stores and get like the bedding for lizards or something that are made out of walnut. So all that works pretty well. But the tumbler itself, which is a Barry's MFG Model 400, cost me $52.99. Now the corncob media that I have in it cost me $15.99, but it's enough corncob media for 2 of these. And so far, I'm still on my first batch, and I've reloaded probably close to 1,000 rounds so far. So one thing you can't really start reloading without, I mean you could, but it would be dangerous, and I would definitely not recommend it, is you need a couple good reloading books. And I would suggest at least 2, so that you can cross-reference your powder loads when you're reloading your ammunition. So I do have 2 reloading manuals. One is the Spears number 14. That book cost me $29.99. And the Lyman 49th Reloading Handbook, I believe that cost me $22. I forgot to write that one down, guys. I'm sorry about that. So this is another must-have tool when you're starting to reload. You need this for measurements on your case mounts, your overall length, and probably a whole bunch of other reasons why you need calipers. These calipers cost me $23.99. And of course these are digital calipers. You can get the ones that aren't digital. There's plenty of different ones. These are from Hordernay, and so I figured, well, they do reloading machines as well, so I'd get those. So the next tool you need is a good scale. And I don't think I have a good scale. This is the scale I have, and unfortunately I don't think it's accurate, because if I move something around, like if it's powder and I put it over here, it could be a different reading than if I put it over here. And so I kind of cheaped out on this. I should have went ahead and bought a good one right away, but I'm paying for that now. This scale cost me $29.99. So another thing I would recommend is case lube. Okay, you need case lube. It prolongs the life of your dies, and the dies are like $60-something, well, depending on the setup that you have. But you want to prolong those as long as possible. So after you're done cleaning your brass and polishing it, maybe you just squirt a couple of these, a little bit of this on it, and that will help. Also, another thing, you're going to make mistakes when you're reloading, so you need a kinetic bullet puller. And if you've never done it before, your first time will scare the bejeebies out of you, because you put the bullet right in here and then you whack it real hard on something hard and it pulls the bullet out of the shell. So if you made a mistake, you can hopefully get some of the parts back from the bullet and not waste the whole thing. Now last, what you really need is you need components. Hopefully you've been saving your brass and you can reuse that. But you are going to need bullets and primers. This is a box of primers. It has 1,000 primers in this box. You can buy them by the 100, but I wouldn't recommend it. You can buy it online, but I wouldn't recommend it because you have to pay hazmat fees because they're little exploding devices. But if you look around hard enough, maybe a gun show, maybe at your favorite local store, you can find these for around $36. Okay, so that's like 3.6 cents a piece. Now finally, you got bullets and you got powder. Alright, bullets you can get in all different prices. There's expensive bullets, there's not expensive bullets. You can even make your own bullets if you want to get into that. I haven't gotten into that yet, but I am looking at it seriously to get into. But I live in an apartment, so I'm thinking it might be against my lease. Anyway, I would recommend buying bullets, as many of them as you can, all at once, because if you buy them online, you're going to have shipping. Some places don't charge you shipping, and I'm sure some of you watching this that are into reloading might know places where you can get some really good deals on bullets where you don't have to pay shipping. But I bought 1,000 of 147 grain 9mm bullets, and I paid $90 for the 1,000 bullets. Now when it comes to powder, I've been using Unique. There's lots of different powder choices out there. I don't really know why I chose this one. I saw some videos, a lot of people used it, so I decided on it. And this is a 1-pound can. It does come in a bigger variety than that. I think it's either 5 or 10 pound. But this right here cost me $19.62 for a pound of powder. And that'll load about 1,000 rounds of 9mm for me. So is it really worth it? Well, here's the breakdown cost. The entire machine and everything to start reloading cost me $1,322. I then bought the primers and the bullets and the powder, which cost me $145. But that's enough to load about 1,000 rounds. Okay? So eventually when I pay off my machine, it's all going to be profit. I'll be saving myself tons of money. Plus, I'm a better quality control, I think, than some of these factories that produce ammunition. Alright, so when you go to the store and you buy a box of Federal 9mm, you're going to pay about $11.95 for a box of 50. I can reload that same box of 50 for, let's see, for $6.86. So that's right about at 50%, and if I really finagle the numbers, I could probably get it to about 60% worth of savings. Price per round, if you buy Federal, you're paying about 24 cents per round in that box of 50, and for my per round cost, it's 14 cents. So 10 cents less each round. Now, as I said, if I made my own bullets and got the lead from, like, say, a car shop where they're just throwing away the lead weights on wheels, I could save myself even more money, maybe even make these for like 8 cents or 9 cents per round. So there is a lot of savings in reloading. It's a fun hobby. I've been enjoying it. If you're looking to get into it, please look into Dillon. Even if you don't get the 650, they have other presses that are less expensive. They might, I think they even have one that's not progressive, and you don't have to get all the bells and whistles. Alright guys, well I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Talk to you later.